Let's see. A company has prepared its annual budget, relevant details of which are reproduced below. Sales rupees 46.80 lakhs, 25% cash sales and balance on credit 78,000 units. Raw material cost 60% of sales value. So if you divide 46.80 lakhs by 78,000 units, you will be getting selling price per unit. Out of the selling price per unit, 60% you can calculate for raw material cost. Labor cost 6 per unit. Variable overhead 1 per unit. Fixed overhead 5 lakhs including depreciation. If you remove depreciation from fixed overhead, it becomes 5 lakh minus 1 lakh 10,000, 3 lakh 90,000. So 3 lakh 90,000 you can divide by 17,000 units, you can find fixed overhead per unit. Raw material period, storage period 3 weeks. WIP 1 week period. Out of this, material 100% converted, labor and overhead 50% converted. Finished goods period 2 weeks. Debtors are allowed for credit 4 weeks. Creditors are allowed 4 weeks period. Weekly wages are paid bi-weekly. Wages are paid bi-weekly, that is by the 3rd week and by the 5th week for the 1st and 2nd weeks and the 3rd and 4th week respectively. So every 2 weeks once we have to make payment. Lag in payment of overheads 2 weeks. Cash in hand required 50,000. You have to prepare working capital management for a year and necessary adjustments to be done. Let's see how to solve. First we will prepare notes. First one, selling price per unit. Selling price per unit is equivalent to rupees 46,80,000 total sales figure by 78,000 units. 78,000 units. You will be getting selling price per unit, that is equivalent to rupees 60 per unit. Right. Next, cost structure. Cost. Out of cost, first one, raw material cost per unit. So raw material cost per unit. So that is equivalent to already given 60% of sales value. Rupees 60 selling price per unit into 60%. 60 into 60%, rupees 36. So raw material cost per unit, rupees 36. Next, labor cost per unit. Rupees 6. Next, variable overhead per unit, that is equivalent to rupees 1. Fixed cost per unit, that is equivalent to, so 5 lakhs total fixed cost minus 1,10,000 depreciation by 78,000 units. 78,000 units. You will be getting fixed cost per unit. 5 lakhs minus 1,10,000, 3,90,000. So 3,90,000 by 78,000 units. You will be getting rupees 5. That's it. So total cost per unit. So total cost per unit, 36 plus 6 42, 42 plus 6 48, rupees 48. So this is total cost per unit. Right. Now we will solve the problem. Estimation of working capital requirements. Estimation of working capital requirements. Estimation of working capital requirements. First one, current assets. So first, this is a format. First one, number one, stock of raw material. So stock of raw material is equivalent to 78,000 units into rupees 36, that is raw material cost per unit, into, so raw material stocks are period of 3 weeks. It is for 3 weeks. So 3 weeks by 52 weeks. So this data given 17,000 into 36 for 52 weeks, but we have to convert for 3 weeks. So 3 weeks. So if it is a weeks means 52 we can divide. 52 weeks data given, but we need data only for 3 weeks. 3 by 52. So the answer 1,62,000. 1,62,000 in terms of rupees. This is in terms of rupees. 1,62,000. Right. Number 2, stock of work in progress. Here 78,000 units into raw material 100% converted, that is 36, plus labor 50 percentage, labor 50 percentage, that is 6 into 50 percentage, that is equivalent to 3, 56 into 50 percentage 3, plus over it 1, that is also 50 percentage, so 1 plus 5, 1 variable, 5 fixed, into 50 percentage, 6 into 50 percentage, that is equal to 3, 3. So that is equivalent to 3, right? So 36 plus 3 plus 3, 42, right? Into how many weeks they given for WEP? 1 week, 1 by 52, So 78,000 units into 36 plus 3 plus 3, 42, 39 plus 3, 42, 42 into 1 by 52, 78,000 into 42 into 1 by 52, you will be getting 63,000, you will be getting 63,000 rupees. This is stock of WEP number 2. Number 3, stock of finished goods. So stock of finished goods equivalent to 78,000 units into cost of production per unit 48 rupees. This is cost of production per unit 48 rupees into, for finished goods 2 weeks allowed, that is 2 by 52, 2 weeks by 52 weeks, 78,000 into 48 rupees cost per unit into 2 by 52. So answer 1,44,000 stock of finished goods. Number 4, debtor period. Debtors. So debtors, for debtor 78,000 units. There are two types of approach for debtor. One is called sales approach, another one is called cash cost approach. Sales approach means we can put it here straight away 60. This is sales approach. Cash cost means only cost we can put it, but here I am assuming sales approach. So 60 rupees I can take. 78,000 into 60 into, out of this 75 percentage is credit sales. 25 percentage cash sales. 20% credit sales. Into debtors are allowed 4 weeks period. So 4 by 52. So 78,000 units into 60 rupees into sales price per unit. 75% credit sales, 4 weeks allowed. So answer 2,70,000. Number 5, cash in hand. 50,000. Cash in hand 50,000. That's it. So total 6,89,000. Right. This is going to be current asset. This is current assets total. Right. Next, current liability. Current liabilities. So current liability comes under number 1, creditor for raw material. So 78,000 units we purchased at 36 per unit, raw material cost per unit, 36 per unit from creditor we purchased into, so creditors are allowed 4 weeks period. We can make payment after 4 weeks, 4 by 52. We can make payment after 4 weeks, 4 by 52. So 2,16,000. Next, creditor for wages. So 78,000 units into 6 rupees labor cost per unit 6 rupees. Lag in payment, every 2 weeks we can make a payment. First week payment we can make payment in 3 weeks. Third week we can payment in 5 weeks. Fifth week, which means after 2 weeks we can make payment. So 78,000 units into 6 rupees labor cost per unit, into 2 weeks is a lag in payment, 2 by 52, 2 by 52. So answer 18,000, answer 18,000, 18,000. Similarly, creditor for overheads, creditor for overheads, creditor for overheads. So 78,000 units into overheads 1 plus 5, 6 rupees, 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5. 1 stands for variable, 5 stands for fixed cost per unit. 1 plus 5, 6 rupees into 2 by 52, 52. So creditor for overheads we can make payment after 2 weeks. Same 18,000 will come, 18,000 will come, right. That's it. Current liability total, current liability total. So current liability total 2,52,000, 2,52,000. This is current liability total, right. Finally, net working capital requirement, net working capital requirement, net working capital requirement. So net working capital is equivalent to current asset minus current liability. So current asset 6,89,000, current liability 2,52,000, 2,52,000. So net working capital requirement 4,37,000, 4,37,000. This is the working requirement of a company. That's it. Let's see. The company provides the following data: raw material rupees 52 per unit, direct labor 19.5 per unit, overheads 39 per unit, total cost 110.5, profit 19.5 rupees, selling price 130, cost to 110.50, profit 19.5, just add, you will be getting selling price 130. The following additional information is available: average raw material of stock 1 month, average material in process half a month, average finished goods in stock 1 month, credit allowed by supplier 1 month, credit allowed to debtors 2 months, time lag in payment of wages 1.5 weeks, overhead 1 month, 1/4 of sales are cash basis, then 3/4 sales credit basis. Cash balance expected to be 1,20,000. You are required to prepare a statement showing working capital needed to finance a level of activity of 70,000 units of annual output. The production is carried out throughout the year on even basis. Wages and overheads accrue similarly. 1 month equal 30 days, 52 weeks in a year, right. Now here average stock of WIP half a month given. Assumption material 100% converted in WIP, material 100% converted in WIP. So WIP material 100% converted, labor 50% converted, overheads 50% converted. Assumption, right. Let's see how to solve. So working capital requirement, working capital requirement. So working capital requirement, first current asset, number one stock of raw material, right. Stock of raw material. So our annual requirement is 70,000 units. 70,000 units is annual requirement into raw material cost per unit 52 rupees. This is raw material cost per unit 52 rupees, into stock of raw material 1 month, which means 1 by 12. So 70,000 units into 52 into 30, 1 by 12. Either you can put 1 by 12 or 30 by 360. Either you can put 1 month 1 by 12 or you can put 30 by 360, right. 30 days by 360 days, that you can put it either through, right. So answer so 303 303,333 stock of raw material. Number two stock of work in progress. So now the work in process is even throughout the year. So here WAP per unit we have to calculate first. WAP per unit. Here raw material 100% converted, that is equivalent to 52 into 100%. 52 into 100% plus labor 50% converted. Labor cost per unit 19.5. So 19.5 into 50% converted plus overhead 50% converted, assumption, both are assumption, labor and overhead 50% converted, that is 39 into 50% converted, right? 52 into 100%, 52, that is 9.75 plus, that is 19.5, you will be getting answer of 81.25, if you just add, you will be getting 81.25. So WAP per unit 81.25, right? Now this is WAP calculation. For 70,000 units, okay, for 70,000 units you have to calculate 70,000 units into 81.25 WAP per unit into WAP is equivalent to work in process half a month, therefore 0.5 by 12, so 70,000 units into 81.25 WAP per unit into 0.5 by 12, so answer 236,979, 236,979. Next, number 3, stock of finished goods, FG, stock of finished goods. So 70,000 units into total cost of finished goods 110.5 into stock of finished goods, stock 1 month, so 1 by 12, so 70,000 units into 110.5 into 1 by 12, so answer 1 by 12 or 30 by 360 or 30 by 360, 1 by 12 or 30 by 360 you can do. So answer 644,583. Next, stock of FG. Next, debtor. Number 4, debtor. So debtor 70,000 units into there are two approaches. One is cash cost approach. Cost you can take. Another one is sales approach. So sales approach means sales figure you can put it here. Sales approach. So sales approach 130 into so credit allowed by debtors 2 months, that is equivalent to 60 by 360 days or 2 by 12 2 months by 12 months, right? So answer debtors 15,16,667. So debtor sales approach 15,16,667, right? Now number 5 cash balance. So company cash balance, they try to maintain always 1,20,000 cash balance. That's it. 1,20,000 cash balance. So now that's it. Everything is finished. So total current assets. So total current assets 28,21,562. 28,21,562. So 28,21,562. So this is current asset. Now current liability. So current liability, number 1, creditor for raw material. Number 1, creditor for raw material. So 72,000 units, 70,000 units we purchased, 70,000 units we purchased at a price of 52 from supplier. So supplier is giving us 1 month credit, that is 30 by 360 or 1 by 12. 30 by 360 or 1 by 12. 1 month credit is giving. This is raw material cost per unit. This is credit period. This is supplier period, credit period. So here the credit period is given. 30 days. Right. So 70,000 units into 52 into 30 by 360, you will be getting answer of 303,333. So creditor, we can make payment after 1 month. How much lagging? 3,03,333 is lagging. Alright. Number two, creditor for wages. Creditor for wages. So 70,000 units into 19.5 labor cost per unit, LCPU 19.5 into 1.5 month, 1.5 weeks, 1.5 weeks. So 1.5 by 52, 1.5 by 52 weeks, 1.5 weeks by 52 weeks. The data given is for 52 weeks. 70,000 into 19.5, 52 weeks. 1.5 weeks you have to calculate. So the total 39,375. 39,375. 39,375. Right. Number three, creditor for overheads. So 70,000 units into 39 overhead cost, overhead cost per unit into 30 weeks, 30 days by 360 days. 30 days by 360 days. Because overhead lagging 1 month, 30 days by 360 days or 30 days by 360 days or 1 by 12 we can put. 1 by 12 we can put. 30 days by 360 days. So creditor for overhead answer 227,500. 2,27,500. Right. This is current liability. These are three current liabilities. So current liability total rupees 5,70,208. 5,70,208. Current liability total 5,70,208. So working capital requirement is equivalent to current asset minus current liability. That is equivalent to so 28,21,562. 28,21,562 minus 5,70,208. So working capital 2251,354. 2251,354 is a working capital requirement for this form. 22,51,354. That's it. Let's see. The following information is forecasted by CS Limited for the year ending 31st March 20x6. Balance as at 1st April 20x5 opening. Balance as at 31st March 20x6 closing is given. Raw material opening 45,000, closing 65,356. WEP opening 35,000, WEP closing 51,300. Finished goods opening 60,181, finished goods closing 70,175. Receivables 1,12,123, closing 1,35,000. Payables 50,079, closing 70,469. Amount annual purchase of raw material all credit 4 lakhs. Annual cost of production 7.5 lakhs. Annual cost of goods sold 9,15,000. Annual operating cost 9,50,000. Annual sales all credit sales 11 lakh. 1 year is equal to 365 days. They are asking you 3 questions. Number 1, net operating cycle period. Number 2, number of operating cycles in the year. Number 3, amount of working capital requirement. 3 questions they are asking you. One by one we will solve. Right. So how to solve? So operating cycle period. Operating cycle period. Right. How to solve operating cycle period? Right. First, number 1, stock of raw material. Storage period. Number 1, raw material storage period. So raw material storage period is equivalent to average stock of raw material by annual consumption of raw material. Into 365 days into 365 days. That is average stock of raw material, opening raw material 45,000, closing raw material 65,000, 65,356, 356 by 2 by 2 by 2 by annual consumption of raw material is equivalent to opening stock. Annual consumption is equivalent to opening stock plus purchase, opening stock of raw material plus purchase of raw material minus closing raw material. That is 45,000 plus 4 lakhs purchase, 4 lakh purchase minus closing RM 65,356. This is annual consumption into 365 into 365 into 365. So opening RM plus closing RM by 2, average stock of raw material, opening RM 45,000 plus purchase RM 4 lakhs minus closing RM 65,356. This is annual consumption into 365. You will be getting answer of 53 days. You will be getting answer of 53 days. This is raw material stockage period 53 days. 53 days. Number 2, WAP conversion period. Work in progress conversion period. Work in process conversion period is equivalent to average stock of WAP, by annual cost of production into 365. And average WAP is equivalent to opening WAP, that is equivalent to 35,000, closing WAP 51,300, closing WAP 51,300 by 2 35,000 plus 51,300 by 2 annual cost of production is equivalent to 7.5 lakhs. Annual cost of production 7.5 lakhs into 365, right. So you will be getting answer of 21 days. You will be getting answer of 21 days. WAP conversion period 21 days. Right. Number 3, finished goods storage period. Finished goods FG storage period. FG storage period is equivalent to average stock of FG by COGS, cost of goods sold, into 365. Average stock of FG is equal to opening FG 60181 plus closing FG 70175, 60181 plus 70175 by COGS, to average you have to take by 2 by COGS 9,15,000 COGS. So average FG opening plus closing by 2. This is opening FG, this is closing FG by 2 by COGS 9,15,000 into 365 right. You will be getting answer of 26 days. You will be getting answer of 26 days. Right. Number 4, receivable period. Number 4, receivable period. Number 4, receivable period, that is equivalent to average receivables by annual credit sales into 365. Average receivable is equivalent to opening receivable plus closing receivable by 2. Opening receivable 1,12,123, closing receivable 1,35,000. This is opening receivables, this is closing receivables. 1,12,123 given, 1,35,000 given by 2, average you have to take, by annual credit sales. 11 lakhs. Annual credit sales rupees 11 lakh. Right. into 365 into 365, right? 365. You will be getting 11 lakhs. You will be getting 41 days. You will be getting 41 days. 41 days, right? Now this is receivable period. Number 5, payable period. Number 5, payable creditor period. Payables period. Payables period. Creditor period. Last one, payable period, right? So this is equivalent to average payables by annual credit purchase into 365. So average payable is equivalent to opening payable 50,079 plus closing payable 70469, 50,079 7469 by 2 by credit purchase 4 lakhs into 365. So 50,079 plus 70,469 by 2 by 4 lakhs into 365. So the answer, payable period answer 55 days. 55 days. This is payable period 55 days. Finally, operating cycle. So now first question, net operating cycle period. Net operating cycle period is equivalent to raw material storage period plus WIP conversion period plus finished goods storage period plus receivable period, debtor period. This is gross operating cycle minus creditor period, net operating cycle. Up to debtor, it is gross operating cycle period minus creditor period is equal to net operating cycle period. Raw material period 53 days in terms of days. 53 days. Work in progress 21 days. Finished goods we solved now 26 days. Debtor period 41 days. Creditor period 55 days. So after adjusting you will be getting 86 days. So 86 days you will be getting net operating cycle period. First question, net operating cycle period 86 days. So second question, number of operating cycles. In the year is equivalent to 365 by operating cycle period, right? So 365 by operating cycle period 86 days, that is equivalent to 4.244 times. So number of operating cycles in the year is equivalent to 365 days by operating cycle period 4.24 times. Every year 4.244 times is equal to your operating cycle. Number 3, amount of working capital required. Amount of working capital required is equivalent to annual operating cost that is given. So annual operating cost by number of operating cycles. Annual operating cost is equivalent to rupees 9.5 lakhs given in the question. Check it out. 9.5 lakhs by 4.244 times. 4.244 times. If you divide, you will be getting 9.5 lakhs by 4.244 times. You will be getting rupees 2,23,845. 2,23,845. That's it. The following information is provided by DVP Limited for the year ending 31st March 20x5. Raw material storage period 50 days. WIP conversion period 18 days. Finished goods storage period 22 days. Debt collection period 45 days. Creditor payment period 55 days. Annual operating cost 21 lakh. Including depreciation 2,10,000. 1 year is equal to 360 days. You are required to calculate number 1, operating cycle period. Number 2, number of operating cycles in a year. Number 3, amount of working capital required for the company on a cash cost basis. There are 2 approaches, either sales approach or cash cost. Here we are going to solve cash cost approach. The company is a market leader in its product. There is virtually no competitor in the market. Based on the market research, it is planning to discontinue the sales on credit, which means they are going to discontinue credit sales. If anybody make payments, prepayments, they will deliver. If anybody pays advance payment, they will deliver. Credit sales, they are going to discontinue it. So thereby it can reduce its working capital requirement substantially. What would be reduction in working capital requirement due to such decision? Right. We'll see one by one. First question, operating cycle period. First question, operating cycle period. How to find operating cycle period? That is equivalent to raw material period R plus work in process period W plus finished goods period F plus receivable period debtor period D minus creditor period right. So R plus W plus F plus D is equal to gross operating cycle period minus creditor period is equal to net operating cycle period. So raw material period here 50 days, everything in terms of days, 50 days. Work in process 18 days, finished goods 22 days, debtor period 45 days, creditor period 55 days. So total net operating cycle period 80 days. 80 days. 80 days is your operating cycle period of the company. Right. The question number 2, number of operating cycles in a year. Number of operating cycles in a year. How to find number of operating cycles in a year? That is equivalent to 360 days by operating cycle period. 360 days by operating cycle period. So 360 days by 80 days, that is equivalent to 4.5 times. That is equivalent to 4.5 times. 4.5 times. Number 3, amount of working capital required. That is equivalent to annual operating cost by number of operating cycles. So annual operating cost, we have to exclude depreciation, that is 21 lakhs minus depreciation 2,10,000. 21 lakhs minus 2,10,000 by 4.5 times. 4.5 times. On dividing this, we will be getting 18,90,000 numerator value, denominator value 4.5 times. You will be getting a value of 4,20,000. So rupees 4,20,000. So amount of working capital required is equivalent to 4,20,000. The fourth question, reduction in working capital. They are they are going to accept prepayments only. They are going to stop all credit sales. No. So by the way, reduction in working capital. So data they are going to cut. Data they are going to cut. So operating cycle period is going to change. That is equivalent to raw material period plus work in process period plus finished goods period minus creditor period, because they are going to cut creditor. They are going to cut credit sales. Data they are going to cut. So data period we have to eliminate. Purely cash sales. So 50 days plus 18 days plus 22 days minus 55 days is equivalent to 35 days. So operating cycle period is 35 days. Operating cycle period is equivalent to 35 days. Now amount of working capital required is equivalent to amount of working capital required if you are going to cut all credit sales is, so 18,90,000 excluding depreciation, that is 21. How we got this answer? 21 lakhs minus 2,10,000 depreciation, 18,90,000 into 35 days by 360 days. 360 days. 18,90,000 into 35 days is 35 days. 35 days by 360 days. So our answer rupees 1,83,000. 83,750. 1,83,750 is the amount of working capital. 1,80,750. Right. Now reduction in working capital. Reduction is working capital is equal to, earlier it is going to be 4,20,000 working capital required. Now we need only 1,83,750 because of debtor we cut actually 1,83,750. Now the new reduction working capital is equivalent to 2,36,250. So 2,36,250 working capital is reduced because of credit sales we cut. That's it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel Style Digitech and press the bell icon to see new videos.